I'm Reagan McCauley, and I've been a mobile certified canine and feline massage therapist working in the Toronto area since 2013. I have also worked with dogs, cats, and many other pets in one capacity or another my entire working life, including as a vet assistant, in pet stores, a grooming salon, and even as an animal wrangler on the set of Once Upon a Hamster. My canine massage therapy business is called Kuri Canine Massage, and I trained with Treetop's Holistic Animal Care. Hydrotherapy is the scientific application of water in the treatment of disease. Today, I want to show you how to effectively use hydrotherapy on your dog in the form of a hot or cold wrap. It's easier than you might think. With a wrap, you don't need to immerse your dog in a full tub of water. There are several different types of hydrotherapy methods, but the one I'm going to show you today involves a couple of buckets of water with Epsom or sea salt, plus a piece of fleece or wool. This method is a little less messy and certainly less wet for your dog. And for dogs that are anxious or dislike baths, this is much more tolerable. You will need 1 or 2 5-gallon buckets, depending on the type of wrap you want to do for your dog, 1 cup of Epsom salt and or 1 cup of sea salt, and a piece of fleece or wool that is large enough to drape over your dog's entire body, or the portion of your dog's body you wish to treat. Before you attempt any cold or hot wraps with your dog, get clearance from your veterinarian and canine massage therapist if you have one, as your dog may have contraindications, making hot or cold wraps counterproductive. Also, animals that run cold, like sighthounds, shouldn't have cold wraps, only site-specific wraps if absolutely necessary. Dogs that run hot, like huskies, do not enjoy hot wraps. Today I'm going to show you a contrast bath, since it involves both hot and cold water, as well as both Epsom and sea salts. If you can't get your hands on some sea salt, you can also use Epsom salt with the hot water application, which I will have to do today. Dissolve 1 cup of Epsom salt in 5 gallons of cold water. While you're filling the bucket, the cold water should be slightly colder than what is comfortable for your hand. Dissolve 1 cup of sea salt in 5 gallons of hot water. While you're filling this bucket, the hot water should be slightly hotter than what is comfortable for your hand. Meet Raxel, my dogger, and my demo dog for today's contrast bath. Dunk a piece of wool or fleece in each bucket until well saturated. Remove the fleece from the cold water bucket first. Squeeze out the excess water and lay the fleece across your dog's body. Leave it there for 30 seconds. Then remove the fleece and put it back in the cold water. Repeat this process using the fleece from the hot water bucket. Wring out the excess water and lay the fleece on your dog and leave it there for 30 seconds. Then remove the fleece and place it back into the hot water. Repeat this entire process with both the cold fleece and the hot fleece 2 more times over the entire body. A A contrast wrap, involving both hot and cold applications one after the other, stimulates the cardiovascular system generally and locally, and is an invigorating experience for your dog. When doing a hot or cold Epsom wrap, you will only need one bucket and will re-wet the fleece twice after the first application. A cold Epsom salt wrap cools the body and also stimulates. It will contract the capillaries. Pain associated with inflammation can be relieved with a cold Epsom salt wrap or bath. Generally speaking, acute pain responds best to these cold wraps or baths. A hot Epsom salt bath relaxes tissues and draws blood up from the deeper tissues. Pain associated with spasm and contraction can be relieved with a hot Epsom salt bath or wrap. Generally speaking, chronic pain responds best to these hot wraps or baths. And remember, you may want to single out an area of your dog's body and only place fleece there. Another consideration is cold weather, in which case you may only want to wrap your dog's legs so your dog doesn't get too chilly. Perhaps you or your vet think your dog's health could benefit from the application of a cold wrap to cool, invigorate, and stimulate, or from the application of a hot wrap to warm and relax tissues, act to detoxify by opening the pores of the skin and drop the blood, or perhaps even cold and hot applications to stimulate the cardiovascular system. You might find this simple method of administering hydrotherapy wraps to your dog helpful in these cases. Dry off your dog after you're all done. Remember to discuss this treatment with your vet and/or canine massage therapist prior. You'll want to determine if this kind of therapy is right for your dog, the frequency of these sessions, as well as which type of wrap would be most beneficial to your dog. Thank you for watching.